Click outside. What?
When you think of the average shonen story, most people typically think weak main character gets strong and we see everything in between. He comes into the show knowing that the main character will eventually become really strong and meet their goal. The simplicity is what draws a lot of people, like myself, to the genre. Sick-ass fights with a decent story goes a long way for a majority of anime fans. A lot of people associate My Hero with the average shonen story, but I think it has themes that make it more than that. Well, what happens if a person who never gives up is pushed to the point where his mind, body, and soul are destroyed? When a goal is reached, will that person still be the same? Deku is a great example of what happens when a person with a huge dream destroys themselves to the very core in order to complete his goal. To be the greatest hero of all time, a symbol of hope. When we first see Deku, we immediately understand that he's a weak, scrawny kid with an obsession for heroes, but he has a huge dream. He has a positive light that people around him see, and it's admirable that he's so happy despite him being quirkless. After all, the only person he talked to was this rageful person who despised him for his consideration. We understand that Deku is not happy with himself, but still wants to help others. From the very start, Deku had the mindset of a true hero. Ever since he was a child, he wanted to save everyone with a smile, just like All Might. He didn't think twice about saving the person who bullied him for most of his life. He knew that he had no powers, but he still ran in for even the slightest chance that he can make a difference and save Bakugo. All Might saw himself in Deku and entrusted him to be the next symbol of peace. The person Deku looked up to for all of his life said that he can become a hero. Of course it was an emotional moment for him. He finally had a chance to try for his dream. He yearned to become a hero. He pushed himself beyond his own physical capabilities in order to even wield One for All. And when he got it, that's when his life changed.
I can't believe we made it! Look, real life girls!
From the very start of the story, we see that Deku has this self-sacrificing mindset. The idea that he's okay with hurting himself in order to win and protect is something that comes up a lot during his journey. Deku pretty much views his own body as just a tool to use power. We see this in his battle with Todoroki when he uses One for All so many times that his arms and legs would have been unusable for the rest of his life if the nurse didn't heal him. This wasn't even a life or death battle either. He put himself through all this just to help Todoroki see that his quirk is his own and he doesn't have to feel controlled by his father. This fight is well written, as Deku had the same struggle in Season 1, where he felt like he had to become a carbon copy of All Might in order to achieve his dream. However, he changed his mindset when he revealed his secret to Bakugo and said that he'll make the power his own. That mindset change set in stone that Deku was not meant to be the next All Might. If he really was, then he'd simply copy everything about All Might. It's the same with Todoroki. His mindset change made him realize that he didn't have to become this hateful person like his father. He can be his own person and use his own power. Back to Deku, throughout the series and different arcs that he goes through, we see that the light and passion he once had is slowly going away. On the other hand, the people around him start to become more happy. It's like he shared his passion and joy with everyone else, but what does that leave him? Deku only knew how to give, but the only time he received was when he finally got One for All. He felt like he didn't have the right to receive again, as he already had a chance for his dream, so what else could he really receive? This is one of the reasons why the Vigilante arc happened in the first place. He didn't want to see the people he poured his heart and soul into get hurt. Once again, he had to bear the pressure of being the next All Might, but it got to a point where he didn't even look like a hero anymore. He needed his friends. His friends were his power. Alright, listen, I know that sounds corny as hell and typical anime, but let me go off.
What is that? What did you have to eat? That smells amazing!
One thing that Deku tends to do that's different from other heroes is that he tries to understand the person that he is fighting. What I mean by that is that he analyzes how a person fights and determines whether they need an ass whooping or they just need someone to talk to them. He recognizes while that there are villains that are just pure evil, there are also circumstances that could have made them this way. Whether it's the corruption of people, the hero society, or just pure hate for the world, Deku knows that villains aren't born, they're made. We see these ideals being pushed even outside of Deku's main fights. Todoroki vs Dabi, Ochako vs Toga, Spinner vs Shoji all have the message of a villain's past being pivotal to why they are villains in the first place. Now, if you couldn't already tell, I'm a
stupid, dumb idiot.
And there's a lot more to these fights than what I'm letting on, but this video is about Deku, so yeah. Anyways, Deku tries his best to save the villain he's fighting. Understanding them and pushing them in the right direction is the best outcome in a fight for Deku. But who is there to help Deku when he strays off his normal path? His friends, of course. Every time Deku was feeling hopeless or desperate, his friends were always there to help him bounce back even stronger. Let's take the final fight for example. At the start, Deku was focused on the plan like everyone else. When he got separated, he almost used his ace in order to get to his friends quicker. The second user of One For All having to step in and correct him. And when he got to the battlefield, he almost lost himself to anger, but Mirio ended up reassuring him that everything was fine and he ended up getting control back. Deku's mentors and his friends were the ones to help him push himself beyond his limits, and when he had to give his power up is when things took a turn. After all, One For All was one of the things that started his journey in the first place. When he learned that he had to transfer his power, everything he had, his entire dream, to Shigaraki, his fighting style went from tactical to almost barbaric. Using Black Whip to puppeteer his own body because his bones were broken. Again, he didn't look like a hero. Yet despite this, he still wanted to save Shigaraki. Despite the rough fighting style, he still had a sense of control. And the only way he thought he could truly save Shigaraki was to kill him. From the inside, outside, everything had to be gone. It was the only way that Deku could truly save Shigaraki. And even through all this, he's still Deku, the same boy who runs in to save without a second thought. Deku may be, for some people, a basic shonen main character, but for me, he holds a special place in my heart.
Bro, what did you just say? No, you're gay! He's gay!
Not like that. Anyways, I first started My Hero in 2019, and seeing Deku's growth throughout his journey was truly an amazing experience. And let me make this clear, My Hero isn't even my favorite show. It doesn't even break into my top 5, but I won't deny the impact it had on me growing up. Even if the fandom is absolute
Poo-poo caca.
that never took away the fact that I genuinely enjoy the show. And Deku will always be one of my favorite main characters of all time. Hold up. I just got some breaking news. Alright, so Deku became a teacher, got ghosted by his friends for 8 years, and ended up peaking in high school. Never mind, Deku fucking sucks. You're telling me that stupid ass tape dude became a pro hero before him? The dude that shoots tape out of his elbows? I'm ending the video. This show is trash. Super wide better.